Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Serafina never gets friend requests on Facebook these days, so she decided to move to Instagram, where it didn't take her very long to turn into one of my other girls. But John Remington thought he'd talk to her on Instagram. And ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you find yourself a comfy chair and some snacks, because this man can talk himself round in circles. Hello! Good morning! Morning, how you doing? I'm fine, thanks. Nice to meet you. I'm John Remington. Yes, I can see that. Where are you from, Luna? I'm from Somerset in England, Remington. Okay. Are you married or in a relationship? I'm checking your profile to see your picture, but there is none. What do you do for a living, Luna? There is a picture right here on my profile. My partner and I split up 6 years ago. We wanted different things in life. I'm a spiritual lady. I work to bring peace and harmony to people's lives. Just one? Yes, but it's definitely there. You said there is none, but I'm sure there is one. Wow! He said in reply to her saying she split up with her partner 6 years ago. What actually happened? I hope I'm not intruding your privacy. And in reply to her saying she was a spiritual lady, he said, I don't get. Can you break it down? Cool. In reply to him saying what actually happened, she said, I don't think that's any of your business. Ah, cool. It's a gift I had since I was a small child. I work with people individually, and in lockdown I started group sessions. Okay, that's your work, is what you're saying. Or have you anything you do? How old are you? I'm 55, and I'm sure I told you that's what I do. I work with individual clients, and I run some group sessions, online and in person. What do you do? Okay. I'm into mining and jewelleries. What about your children? Are they with you or your ex? Mining what? And what kind of jewelleries? Do you make them? My daughter is 31 and travelling in India with her boyfriend. You don't what mining is all about? Wow! That's great. Can I see your picture? I think you can. It's on here. What? It's only the one on your profile. I want to see another one. I don't think what I said was ambiguous. My picture is here on my profile, so I'm sure you can see it. Only scammers demand to see pictures. Are you a scammer? I don't send photos to people I don't even know. Yes, I can see it. And I only asked because I'd like to see another picture of you, Luna. Well, you have the wrong idea, because you had only one picture on your profile. Just wanted to get acquainted with you and know more about each other. And knowing more about someone involves communication, and that comes with us also exchanging pictures. But it's all right if you don't want to. No, I don't want to. I'm sorry if you think communication can only happen if I send you pictures. Perhaps you should go and find someone else to talk to. Goodbye. It's not what I mean. Just because the way you're sounding, that's why I said that. I'm sure you said that knowing more about someone involves communication, and that comes with us also exchanging pictures. But maybe you didn't say that, and it was someone else. You said I should find someone else to talk to. Does it mean that's me interacting with you is that bad? Someone else when I'm with my cell phone here. I don't share my phone with anyone. I want us to get to know more about ourselves more, but I don't know how you are seeing it. May I ask where you're from? And why you struggle to write in English? Struggle? Gosh, what are you talking about? That just demonstrates what I said, doesn't it? Where are you from, please? It does not. But it does. If you really think that was written in proper grammatical English, then you need help. I'd like one of my special candles to help you reach enlightenment. London, I thought I told you before. Which London? And no, you didn't. My goodness, are you trying to insult me, Luna? That isn't an insult. It's the truth. Okay. Do you genuinely believe you're writing in grammatical English? Perhaps it would be helpful to tell me what language you were brought up with. And don't say English, because even you must realise that isn't true. I need apology for saying that to me, Luna. But it's the truth. So I'll assume that English isn't your first language. What is your first language? What are you even saying? Really? I think it's clear. It's obvious that English is not your first language. Why won't you tell me what your first language is? Or are you just a bad-tempered scammer? I'm just short of words right now. Think carefully before you answer, please. So English isn't your first language, and you refuse to tell me what your first language is. Goodbye. I don't like liars. I like my special candle to help bring you enlightenment. I can't take this any more. That we even better do it right away, like now. I'm still waiting for you to light up your candle so that we now know who's the lair here. Oh, you think I'm enticing you into my lair, do you? You could be right there, pal. I've lit the candle, but I'd prefer you to go and talk to someone else, please. I truly don't understand why you won't tell me what your first language is, when it so obviously isn't English. But I just want to be talking to you. I called me bad-tempered scammer. If even you call yourself a bad-tempered scammer, then there really isn't much hope for you, is there? For real? Please tell me what your first language is. I think that's the 5th time I've asked. And in reply to him saying, for real, she said, you said it, not me. Yes! So I guess it was for real, she said, screenshotting where he'd said, I call me bad-tempered scammer. Do I have to ask for the 6th time? What is your first language? When did I say that? Tell me! So she pasted the screenshot again, but I don't think they work so well on Instagram, and I'm not sure that he could actually see it. You clearly said that you called yourself a bad-tempered scammer. What's this, Luna? It's not showing anything. So I'll ask you for the 7th and final time. What is your first language, please? If you refuse to answer, you'll be blocked and reported. It's a screenshot of where you said, quote, I called me bad-tempered scammer. Can you stop? Were you not the one that said it? You said, in quotes, I called me bad-tempered scammer. If you scroll back, you'll see where you said it. So I'll ask you for the 8th time. Yes, the 8th time. What is your first language? Any further attempts to avoid answering, and you'll be blocked. Okay, but the way you put it looks like you were assuming it. And you now have a count of 10 to tell me your first language. Has it gotten to that? She got down to 5. Common! Wait, he said. I'm not common, don't be rude. She got down to 3. And he replied, Polish! At last! Why did I have to ask you 8 times? Why are you this stubborn? You will now have to ask me your next question 8 times. Then you might realise how annoying and childish it is, while I give you unrelated, silly answers. You're too harsh on me. Why? Because I had to ask 8 times. So you have to ask your next question 8 times. And it has to be the same question 8 times. Sorry, okay, please. This year, next year, sometime, maybe, replied Seraphina, equally randomly. But I said I'm sorry, Luna. I don't understand you. What are you talking about? Hello, maybe. Goodbye, yesterday. Reactionless memes, replied Seraphina, getting into the spirit of it, adding, typing gibberish like you do. Can you tell me more about you? That we even better do it right away, like now, she said, quoting him, and that was once. So what should I do for you to know that I'm really sorry? It has to be the same question 8 times. Smile, can you stop, please? Let's get to know more about ourselves. That isn't a question. What's the question? That's meaningless gibberish. It has to be a proper question. Okay, I want to know more about you. If you say so. So tell me. That isn't a question either. Okay. Awesome. You must be very stubborn when you're younger. That we even better do it right away, like now, she quoted him again, and that was once. My goodness! Must I do it 8 times? Yes, you made me do it. So you didn't accept my apologies, Luna? Is that a question? Okay, I'll assume it wasn't. I want to know more about you. Is that a question? It sounds more like a statement of fact. Do you know the difference? Jesus Christ! No, I'm not. What's this all about? I'm sorry, can we stop this, please? It's entirely up to you. How? Okay, you want to block me? Right, okay. If it's we make you happy, fine, do it. I have begged you. I'm sure you can manage to do that for yourself. Assume that means you're too pathetic and too much of a wimp to think of a question and ask it 8 times. Or maybe Mummy didn't teach you to count up to 8. Do what? He said, in reply to her saying she was sure he could manage to do it for himself. I want, but you said I should be doing it differently. Mine not a kid, I'm 47. I want to know more about you, Luna, likewise me. If you want to know more about yourself, likewise me, you should probably see a counsellor, and you still haven't told me what you do, apart from some garbled rubbish about mining and jewellery that you wouldn't explain. Funny you! Can I ask you something? And in reply to him saying, do what? She said, block me. Or are you really too daft to even understand what you're saying? Yes, if you ask it 8 times, and you explain what you meant by mining and jewelleries. Why all this insult? Why should I do that? It's you that appeared to be too daft to understand. And in reply to him saying, why should I do that? She said, because you made me ask 8 times, and you haven't explained what you meant by mining and jewelleries, so I'll add 1 extra time for each time I have to ask you to explain what you meant. You don't know what mining is? Wow! Are you this rude? Of course I know what mining is, wow. What do you mine? You don't accept? Sorry? He said, in reply to her saying he'd made her ask 8 times. I think that probably takes us to around 12. 8 for the original, and now 4 times asking what you mean by mining and jewelleries. I don't like what you're doing. And I really don't want to have to ask you that 8 times, although we're up to 5 now. Gold, he said. OK, that was 5 times. So 8 plus 5 equals 11. Well, it doesn't, Serafina. It's 13. You obviously hadn't had lunch. You have to ask your next question 11 times. Are you trying to see if I'm hot-tempered or what? I don't like you refusing to answer simple questions. So think of a question, and you have to ask it 11 times. Why all this, Luna? That's once. And just FYI, my name is Serafina. How old did you say you are? That's also once. It has to be the same question 11 times, and it has to be one I haven't already answered. OK, how do I classify our conversation? I'm just confused. What type of woman are you, top stubborn? More meaningless gibberish. I'm confused about what kind of man has to be asked a simple question so many times before he'll answer. Really? He said, in reply to her saying that was more meaningless gibberish. Yes, really. Can we forget about that one and fudge ahead, please? What are you doing now? I like chocolate fudge. Common. Wait, she said, quoting you. And that was once, she added. Why are you making jest of me? It has to be the same question 11 times. I assume you are capable of counting past 1. Since you don't like my interactions, it's fine. I assume that means you can't count higher than 1. That's rather sad. I'll burn some of my homemade oils to help you improve your literacy and learning. You can imagine the insult. Have I given you any abusive words here? Have you typed anything that makes sense here? And refusing to answer a simple question is a form of abuse. That's not an insult. It's a kind, caring, helpful gesture. Unless you don't want to learn how to count. We've discussed adult literacy classes on the channel before. And we have, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're an adult and you struggle with reading or basic maths, don't suffer in silence. You aren't alone. There is a help out there. There are adult literacy classes in most towns, certainly across the UK, I would imagine across the US and many other countries. And I've seen for myself, as an adult education teacher, just what a huge difference it can make to people's lives. Possibly one of the biggest things that it does is improve your confidence. And I'll tell you a story of one time when it happened in one of my classes. I won't tell you where the class was or who it was, but I was running a taster session for one of my beginners computer courses. Someone phoned me up and said that they'd like to attend, but they wouldn't be able to fill in a form. And I said, that's all right, that doesn't matter. I'll fill it in for you. The session came, I handed out the forms, and I have to confess, I'd forgotten that someone had phoned me and said that. Everyone filled in the forms and gave them back to me. At the end of the session, most people said they wanted to sign up for a set of classes. On the day of the first class, everyone turned up, and one lady came up to me and said, I was the one that phoned you and told you I probably wouldn't be able to fill in the form. So of course I apologised to her, but pointed out that she had managed to fill it in, and so she told me how she struggled with literacy. She did a course of 10 computer classes, and then she phoned me up and told me that I had changed her life, that she now had the confidence to enrol at college and do a basic introductory course. Now, I have to add, I didn't change her life. She changed it. She made the decision to come on that introductory course. All I did was provide her with a safe space to be herself. And because she felt at ease, she gained in confidence, and she changed her own life. I didn't do it. I make fun of the scammers on this channel, precisely because they are scammers. Back to our man. And in reply to Serafina saying, "Have you typed anything that makes sense here?" He said, "Because you're just pulling my legs, although." But I said, "I'm sorry. I don't need." You still won't type anything that makes sense. So I'd say that it's you that is pulling legs and being extremely disrespectful. And in reply to him saying, "But I said I'm sorry," she said most abusers claim they're sorry and then continue their abuse. "Disrespectful, you said how?" Continuing to type meaningless gibberish is disrespectful. "I don't abuse, you are pushing me to do such, but I can't." But you do. Continuing to type meaningless gibberish is disrespectful and a form of abuse. And I realise you're sorry, but like all abusers, you'll continue doing it. "Can we talk on WhatsApp? I need to see you." No, we can't. Anyway, I'm done with your ridiculousness and childish behaviour. I think you should go and annoy someone else. Goodbye. "Am I annoying you? Let's be specific." Is that a question? Because you have to ask 11 times. I'll help you by telling you how many times you've asked and how many more times you need to ask, as I realise you struggle with counting. "Have a nice day, okay?" Goodbye. "I don't want to insult anyone." Then don't. "All right, can I call you on video call now?" Only if I can see you first. Or you might remember that you're only allowed to make audio calls, and I'll want to see you, not a stolen video or a silly AI picture. And remember, I'll hear your German accent, or whichever language it is that you claim you speak. "I will. It's not video call." "I'm just tired of your kind of person. Why are you concluding?" And so he thought he'd call her. I have no idea why. That was very rude to call and not even speak. "Why are you hiding your face?" he said. So she tried calling him. "I want video." It was very rude not to speak. "Why did you block your camera?" Remember, I want to see you first, not a stolen video or a fake AI photo. The real you, as it's your idea to call. And you have a count of 10 to do it, because I'm fed up with you. Count of 10 to call and clearly show me your face first. "Because you're not believing me." She got down to 5. "You think I'm afraid to do your wish?" She got down to 0 and said goodbye, and then I decided we'd better goad him. "Cool. Who is now real, you or me, when you don't want to show your face?" I'll let you work that one out. You can't speak English. You refuse to answer questions. You call and refuse to speak. You call and refuse to show your own face. I realise your brain works slowly, but I think even you can work that out. And you can't count past 1, which is sad. "Thanks." He tried calling her again. "Hello again. Are you still going to be too cowardly to talk to me?" I assume that means yes, you are too much of a coward to talk. I thought so. Still too cowardly to talk. I wonder why, in case I hear your Italian accent. "Why are you hiding your face? Tell me. From where?" Why aren't you talking? Too afraid I'll hear your Spanish accent, or whatever you claim you have? "I don't know," she said in reply to him saying from where. You tell me where you're really from. You have one more chance to call and speak. One more chance, and a count of 10 to do it. Then you're blocked. "I speak English. I've been in low 9-4 so long now." More idiotic gibberish, said Serafina, getting down to 5. "Stop this!" Because it's very rude, and the behaviour of a scammer to call and refuse to speak. So I assume you're afraid I'll hear your Nigerian accent if you speak. She got to 0. "Really? Why then did you close your camera when mine is open?" Goodbye, scamming Nigerian idiot who's too cowardly to speak. Coward and a wimp. "What the are you talking about?" You being too cowardly to talk, because I'll hear your Nigerian accent. You're a pathetic cowardly wimp. "Stop all this abusive words." Then stop acting like a pathetic cowardly wimp and speak. "Really?" Yes, really. But you really are too much of a coward to actually talk, aren't you? "I'm not." Then prove it by calling and speaking. "Why did you close your camera, okay?" But I expect you'll realise you can't speak. "If I do, what will happen? Tell me." because I don't show my face to cowardly scammers. And in reply to him saying I'm not, she decided to goad him. Prove it! Prove it! Prove it! Yes! Prove you aren't a scammer by speaking, she said several times. I dare you! Coward! Wimp! Pathetic little boy! Cowardy, cowardy custard! Now go and ask Mummy to give you a fresh bottle and change your nappy. And so finally, he called her. Are you going to talk to me now, or are you still going to be too cowardly to speak?
No, I'm not really cowardly. I'm just confused and wondering why you're saying all this.
Oh, right, so you thought you'd call so I can hear your Nigerian accent. Awesome. Now, do you want to tell me where you're really from? Remember, I can hear you. I am talking to you. And I guess you've realised.
Of course you can hear me.
Yes. I guess you've realised you can't turn on your camera because I'll see you're Nigerian. So you tell me which part of Nigeria you're from.
I really think you're really traumatized because if you're really that uncomfortable with me, you could just easily block me. But because you're traumatized and maybe because of bad experience in your past, you think everyone is the same. And that's totally wrong. And if you keep going this way, you're going to end up alone. Okay? Now have a nice day and stop bugging people. Okay?
I've had enough of you now, she said when the call had ended. Goodbye, you're blocked. But at least everyone will hear your accent on the video. So thanks for that. And if anyone can tell me in the comments what his accent really was, please do. Was he putting on a fake accent? Very possibly, because he didn't actually sound Nigerian, at least not to me. And so, she did as she said she would, and blocked him, because I'm sure you've had enough of him by then, and I certainly had. I hope you enjoyed this tale of a really rather pathetic scammer, and I hope you haven't put on too much weight eating all those snacks. If you did enjoy it, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I don't doubt that I'll see you again in another video.